on KTN Prime. Now, with less than a month, as we've been reporting, before schools reopen, uncertainty continues to reign following a government directive that all teachers above 58 years of age and those with pre-existing conditions stay away from class. But just how is the government planning to surmount this challenge, and what measures will have to be put in place to plug this the shortfall that will arise? KTN News reporter Shadrach Miti explores for us.
About 10 million learners who have been out of school since March due to COVID-19 are set to resume learning on January 4th, 2021. And for a country that is already struggling with a deficit of over 130,000 teachers, resuming classes and conducting lessons in strict conformity to the COVID-19 protocols remains the biggest challenge. The government has previously admitted that attaining social distance would be virtually impossible.
There are learners in class 4, whom after 2 years will be proceeding for junior secondary school. Now, the ones in 8 are about 1.4 million. The ones in class 4 are about 1.6 million. And then we have the Form 1s who never finished their Form 1. They are about 1.2 million. If we don't make very serious decisions on continuing with the schooling, we shall find ourselves with about 4 million students in Form 1 at the same time.
In his Jamhuri Day speech, President Uhuru Kenyatta ordered all chiefs and their assistants to ensure that all school-going children resume class when schools reopen.
That the Ministry of Interior and Coordination of National Government shall, through all chiefs and assistant chiefs, account for all children within the jurisdiction of those officers, and also ensure that all children report back to school in January of 2021.
In spite of this, the issue of teacher shortage remained unaddressed. And although the Teacher Service Commission routinely employs at least 6,000 teachers every year to cover for the teachers who have exited the service, there is an urgent need for more teachers to be employed ahead of reopening. Kenya Secondary Schools Heads Association Chair Kahi Ndemoli says that to function optimally, the government must employ an additional 30,000 secondary school teachers before January 4th. Available data indicates that there are at least 55,000 teachers aged 58 years and above. And Teacher Service Commission CEO Nancy Macharia has ordered that they, along with those with pre-existing conditions, stay home.
I did appeal to our teachers who are 58 and above and those who have pre-existing conditions to remain at home. But our teachers said then that the employer wanted to sack them.
And therefore, we have advised the Teacher Service Commission to employ 50,000 teachers, given that the teachers 58 and above are about 24,000, and about 20,000 of them are in primary, and about 6,000 of them are in secondary schools.
According to the government's post-COVID-19 economic recovery strategy, 10 billion shillings have been set aside to hire additional primary and secondary school teachers in the next 2 years. However, the government seems to lack a clear strategy on how to meet short and medium-term needs. And with the clock ticking with each waking day, it remains to be seen how the government will address this challenge, along with that of how social distance can be achieved in schools that were already crowded, even before the COVID-19 pandemic. Shadrach Miti, KTN News.
Indeed, huge concerns, many questions around reopening. 20 days away that date is, and it's a conversation we'll continue having right here on KTN Prime with my guests in just a moment. But we'd want to and love to hear from you this evening. Is the country ready for schools reopening in January? 4th of January is D-Day. In-class learning is set to resume. We've highlighted for you through those 3 stories just some of the challenges we are staring at this point, and there's still so much more which we'll continue to cover for you here on KTN Prime. But share your thoughts with us. I'm at KTN. I'm at Sophia Wanuna. You can tweet at KTN News or 221